understand that it is because of something that the anger arose, and because of the anger that they did this and did that. To be able to see the cause of reaction of what they do. You don't teach, you can, of course, there's a way of teaching kids is to, when they see them doing something that you don't like or think that is wrong, is to punish them. Then the other way is to actually help them to understand. And by doing that, you actually raise very mature kids. Kids who can understand the consequences of their reaction. After you fight, and you say, so, how do you feel when you fight? Do you feel happy? And kids, kids are they tend to be very honest with their feelings. They have no reason to hide their feelings. Adults, particularly maybe men, no, I'm not going to tell people my feelings. You look very bad on me. You look like I'm weak. But kids don't have that problem. You just tell. And because they don't have that problem, it's very much easier to resolve problems with kids than adults. Adults are more complicated. They have gone, well, not all of them, I wouldn't say all of them, but because they have been brought up in ways that makes them not in touch with their own feelings. And therefore it makes it a bit difficult. But still it is possible. It takes a bit of prompting. So what you do is to help them to understand why they did what they did, and what are the consequences of what they did. If they can see that, they can understand that, then gee, why do they want to repeat it again? And you can also tell them, okay, so there are other ways of doing this. So if you something like that you don't like, then you can ask that person, can we do it this way? And of course I had to also say that it will be easier for you to do this if you yourself understand this. To understand your own reactions, your own anger. It is when we learn how to free ourselves from our own anger that we can help others. We can basically this mind, the workings of mind, it's not too different from one person to another. You may have different personalities and you might react to certain things differently, but generally they have a particular pattern to it. So if you can understand yours, you can help others to understand theirs. Otherwise, what we do is that we teach kids that if you want to resolve something they don't like, get violent, get aggressive. That's the way to solve problems. That's why you have fights. That's why people kill each other. Because they believe that that's the way to settle problems. And they learn that most likely from their parents. Not necessarily the parents, but most likely. Parents are the first teachers of the children. Does anyone else like to raise anything? Yes.
I think just now you mentioned that to observe the suffering is to, instead of blaming others, is to take responsibility. I just want to ask, how are we able to take responsibility? For example, if you're in a team event, things like that. If the fault is actually caused by others, how are we going to take responsibility if we think that this thing is not actually caused by me?
Okay. Now, let's go back a little. That the suffering that I'm talking about is the suffering within you. Of course, certain people can do certain things and resulted in some resulted things to become in a certain way which you don't like, then you suffer. That is the suffering that you take responsibility for. What happened is just what happened. Even your house burned down, well, basically that's just a big fire there. But in your mind, you say, now who burnt down my house? Or you start to think about, no, where am I going to stay? Or you start to think about, how am I going to take care of my kids? And what we are worried about this and that. That is your suffering. But reality is big fire. Wow. Right? What is happening out there? Like you say, in a team situation, somebody did something and something happened. Whether or not that was right or wrong, and whether that something that happened was it right or wrong, that's all your interpretation. Right? And because you don't like that, you suffer. And that suffering that you're having within you, that anger and anxiety or sadness or whatever, who put it there? Who's responsible for that? Can't be that person. That person who did that. When somebody does something and something happens, does everybody around suffer? Only those who didn't like what happened suffers. The rest of them say, oh, okay. Because to them, they don't create stories over what happens. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah, not fully understand. Because if, for example, like I'm at peace with myself, but just because you said, "Oh, you idiot," because you say I react to it. That's where the anger comes. If you haven't said the word, I'm still at peace with myself. But because you the source that use that destroy the harmony in me.
Okay. If somebody says you're an idiot and you didn't hear it, would you get angry?
then if I did not hear it, and it's not the
okay.
The condition has not changed. I'm still at peace of myself.
Right.
But because you destroy the harmony in me.
Okay. How does that person destroy the harmony in you?
As you say, if that person haven't said the word and I haven't heard the word, I'm still at peace. I'm at ease with myself.
Right.
But when you say the word, I heard it, I react, and the harmony is not there.
Okay, let's take
and then that's where the anger comes in. If you're able to control, you like you say, you take in charge, you take responsibility, you see your anger and resolve yourself.
Right.
But as I say, we are in Buddhist, be able to see in this sense. But some people, they don't. That's where they create more problem for us. Like in the working environment, the same.
Okay.
You are in charge of certain things, but your subordinate couldn't meet your target, and you have to report out. And you cannot say, "Oh, okay, I know this." I can't. You have to report.
Okay. That's another issue. Let's go back to this issue of you're an idiot. If somebody says you're an idiot, and you hear it and you don't understand what he was saying, maybe he said you're an idiot in Burmese, in Tamil, any language that you don't know, will you get angry?
Well, yes, not, because the harmony is not destroyed, and I don't understand the word.
So he said it, you heard it, and at which point does the harmony get disturbed?
You see, when the word you interpret, you understand the word, the meaning.
So you understand the word, the meaning. You understand the meaning. And when you understand the meaning, what happens?
That's where you react to the meaning of it.
Exactly, you react.
If you haven't said, if I don't have